Good morning and welcome to the latest video on Python scraping of FBref. This video will carry on from my previously recorded video that you can find over on my YouTube channel. I'll post a link to this at the bottom of the description of this video. So let's get started. Okay, from the previous video I showed you how to scrape the game creative actions from each of the players. So this particular page, how to pull them into a data frame and then save them to a CSV file. What I'm going to share now is show you that I have already on mine. I have added the code down here to scrape all of the other player stats, so standard, shooting, passing, defensive actions, etc. So I've already done this. If you need any assistance, please reach out in the comments below. So we go back to the tutorial. I'm just going to quickly run all these cells. We'll go to the bottom. So what we're going to do next is we are going to start to combine all of these different data frames that we have pulled into Excel files down here. So the first thing though we're going to do is, because we have a lot of the same columns in each of these Excel sheets now, so we want to just remove those prior to merging them together. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a variable, columns to be removed. So we're going to remove all of these columns in all but one of the Excel files. So we're going to create this, so we're going to run this first. Okay, so it's run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste all the code in here now, and what I'll show you here. So I'm going to read in the Excel files while drop in certain columns. So again, we have read in, we're calling it the df0 file is equal to the standard Excel file. Then we have df1 to the FBref shoot, and so on and so on. If you see here, we're dropping. After this particular Excel file is pulled in, we're going to drop the columns to be removed. So again, we are removing these columns for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 files that we pull in. But if you notice the last one down here, the playing time, we are not going to remove it because we still need those columns, but we only need in one of them. It just makes it easier to remove them here. So we will run it there. So we'll take a moment just to pull those in. There you go, 35. What we're going to do next is we're going to give those variables here a new variable, just in case we want to use this data later on. So we pull them in here. So we have player standard stats equals df0 again. So you can see it was the standard Excel file there. So we're just going to run that. So what we're going to do next, we're going to work on the first Excel document and merge it with the second one. So what we are going to do here, draft one, we'll give it a variable, is pd merge. So player time stat, so we're merging this file here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull in this. So what we are going to do here, draft one, we're creating a new variable, is going to merge the player stats data frame df7 with player stand stats df0. The left one is going to be merged on the player squad. We're going to merge the right one on the player squad also, and how we're going to do outer join, which is going to pull all the columns in from both data frames. We are then going to save that as draft one. So the draft one is going to be saved to another CSV file. We are then going to drop the columns. We don't need these columns. That's because they are duplicates. We're going to remove column 30, 32, 33, 34, 35. I know to remove those columns was painstakingly. I went through this code as I created it to make sure I removed everything one after another. And then this bottom line down here is just going to allow us to display the maximum amount of columns so we can see them all when we look at the data frame. So we're going to run that. Then we're going to do the same for all of the rest of the data frames and merge them into one giant data frame. So now, as you can see, they've all been done till we got to the last one down here, and I changed the name to FBref data. So again, as we went through each one of these, we dropped some columns that were duplicates that we didn't need, that showed the same data, till we got down here to see all the data in one place. So if we wanted to, we could run that now. We can see all the columns together now for these particular players. Again, just showed the top 5 rows. What I'm going to do next is just add some code that's going to fill any blanks in the data, because if we have blanks in the data as we do calculations and stuff later on, it can crash the code. It can also give inaccurate readings on when you're doing averages and so forth, percentages. So we need to make sure that we have no blanks. So we're going to fill the empty cells with 0. So FBref data dot fill now value equals 0. So we're going to value 0 in place true. So now we are going to replace that empty cell. What we are doing next is we just want to, for ease of read, we're going to rename some of the columns. So what we do is put, again, the data frame name, FBref data dot rename. So we're going to rename parentheses columns. So as they are now, this is what they are now, this mn/mp, and we're just going to take the / out. One to make it easy to read, but also just remove some of the symbols in there, which sometimes gives us some issues. So I've gone through all the columns, and these are the ones I want to rename and put them in place true, so we keep them there permanently. So again, just going to run that. The next thing we're going to do, as you see up here, what is it? The comp. We've got Italy, Serie A. What I want to do is remove that it, and down here the England, and for the France remove that, and so forth, just to tidy up, make it look cleaner. So create a variable England1. So we're pulling from the FBref data the comp, and we're saying this is what it equals. So Eng Premier League. So, but what we want to do now is FBref data lock. So now this variable that we've locked in, comp, so the same column, we are going to change it to Premier League. So do the same with League 1, Bundesliga, Serie A, and La Liga. So that's what it's doing in. You create a variable, you're pulling that variable back in, and we're locking it now, and we are renaming it. So we hit run. What is it? There it is. Just to quickly show you again, I'll copy that. And we run it. And now it's much cleaner. We also need to do that now for the nation. Again, we've got England. Want to rename these to Italy, England, France, so forth. So we have a lot of these. There's a lot of countries. So again, I'm just going to paste them in for time's sake. So again, I've gone through all of these, made England, made a variable, again pulling in what the variable is at present, and then FBref data.lock. So again, the ing variable, we're saying this is the variable we want to change, the column, and we are changing it to United Kingdom. And I did that just for mapping purposes, because if you use Tableau to create demographics plotting, for some reason it doesn't pick up England, Scotland, you have to put United Kingdom. We've got Switzerland, Poland, Argentina, again you know Scotland is United Kingdom, Dutch, Netherlands, France. So as you can see, we have quite a few team names. I'm hoping that they're all up to date. I'm going to probably have to go through at some point and just double check my data, see if there's any new ones that I am now missing. So I'm going to run that, take a moment. As you can see, all the leagues are very multicultural. Those have all run. The next piece of code we're going to use is, sometimes when you do calculations and you divide something by 0, you get something that's called a positive infinity. And again, if those are in your data, which they could be, it will cause an error, cause a problem, and we certainly don't want that, because it will mess up the calculations and the averages will be wrong. So we are just going to drop this code in here, and we're just going to replace that infinity. It will show up like that in your data cells with NumPy nan, and that will allow the calculations to work out correctly. So we are going to run that. So after we put those nans into those cells, what we need to do, we want to drop that data. We don't want that data to mess up all of our calculations and so forth. So we're just going to drop those rows containing nans. It's mainly because people are in the list and they haven't played any games, and we don't want them in there. So we're just going to run that. And if you can see in here, I just want to show you. See the age? We have 34 years and 364 days. We don't want that. We just want to see. We don't want that. We just want to see the year. So what we're going to do is drop this code in. So what it's saying is FBref data age. Where is it? This column. We're going to, as type, put it as a string. We're going to slice it, and we're going to slice it just the first two, and we're going to save it then as a integer. So we will hit run. We will just use this again and run it again. And now, as you can see, we just have the age here. So 34, 19, 26, 26, 27. So that's pretty much it. We have taken all of these data frames from here, pulled them into individual data frames, exported them to Excel files. We then pulled in all of them, merged them into one big data frame. What we will do now is save them to one Excel file. We're going to call it FBref5. There we go. I will open up the Excel file, so now you can see the data. So we now have all the data of all the players in all the top 5 leagues. As you can see, there is a lot of them. So this is all of the data for the present season. So again, I hope you found this video helpful. it will give you a start in pulling data that you can use for free, that you can use in visualizations, creation of visualizations, and that's what I'm going to do in the next video. So this is the type of video I'm going to show you how to create next. This is a percentile ranking for the fullbacks in the season 24-25 in the top 5 European leagues. This is made using MPL soccer code, which is pretty awesome, and we'll go through that next time. So if you have enjoyed this, I hope you like and share this video so others can also get to see it. Also, hopefully you will subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be able to get notification when this next video takes place. I thank you again for taking your time out today and spending time with me as I go through these videos. I know there's people out there who will do it better than I do, but I'm just showing you the way that I do things. I've learned on my own from others and just pull things together. It works pretty well, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.